Before the headlines and the tweets, before the rocket launches and the controversies, there was a family whose appetite for risk and adventure would alter the course of technological history. Indeed, the Musk dynasty didn't begin with electric cars or space rockets. It emerged from the wild frontiers of South Africa, where daredevil pilots and ruthless entrepreneurs carved out fortunes in untamed lands. Today, we examine how their story reveals how generations of bold decisions, complex relationships, and fierce independence created the conditions for reshaping our world. When you think of the surname Musk, sure, your first thoughts go to Elon, the audacious and controversial visionary behind some of the 21st century's most trailblazing ventures. From launching rockets into the cosmos with SpaceX to pioneering the electric car revolution with Tesla, Elon Musk has become synonymous with innovation on a grand scale, and his Twitter escapades and public appearances often steal headlines, painting the picture of a tech mogul whose ambitions reach as far as Mars. But what you may not know is that the Musk family is a veritable dynasty, with every single sibling of Elon being a multi-millionaire in their own right, along with Mommy Dearest, and each family member adding their own impressive contributions across diverse sectors. In today's episode, we'll give you the most in-depth coverage of the overall Musk family you've likely ever seen, covering the good, the bad, and the luxury of one of the world's most well-known and controversial dynasties, as we describe a history of the $300 billion Musk family empire. The Musk family. Now here's a dynasty that practically oozes ambition and innovation, and at the helm is, of course, Elon Musk, the undisputed heavyweight champ of the family fortune. As of this summer, Elon sits comfortably on top of the world's richest list, with a jaw-dropping net worth of $232 billion. This immense pile of cash is largely thanks to his roles as CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, as well as his techie escapades with X, formerly Twitter. And despite a rollercoaster ride that saw his net worth soar to $320 billion in November 2021, Elon's still basking in financial glory. Furthermore, Elon's early entrepreneurial journey reads like a startup Star Wars saga. The original trilogy, though, not that Disney crap. His early entrepreneurial spirit shone through with Zip2, which he sold for $307 million. And PayPal, that was snatched up by eBay for $1.5 billion. But these were mere appetizers compared to the main course of his later ventures that we all know him for in the 2020s. And when it comes to real estate, Musk doesn't just push the envelope. He's practically rewriting the whole book. His Los Angeles pad, valued at more than $4 million, boasts a spaceship-like design that would make a sci-fi fan jealous. And his Bel Air mansion, worth a cool $17 million, is a showcase of opulent living, dripping in luxury. Additionally, Musk's private jet collection could make a Bond villain envious. His Gulfstream G650ER, worth $66.5 million, is the crown jewel of his fleet, making global travel a breeze. He also owns several Gulfstream G550s, each worth around $62 million, complete with plush interiors, advanced entertainment systems, and top-tier avionics. And naturally, his car collection is a smorgasbord of automotive excellence. Among his prized rides is a McLaren F1, which he purchased for $1 million, a 1990s icon of speed and engineering. He also has a 1920 Ford Model T, valued at $25 grand, and a 1967 Jaguar E-Type, worth approximately $100,000. But the pièce de résistance is a Tesla Roadster he launched into space aboard a SpaceX rocket, a $100,000 electric sports car now happily orbiting the sun. And accessories are another realm where Musk showcases his flair for the extraordinary. His one-of-a-kind Air Jordan Tesla sneakers, crafted from python skin, are a nod to his penchant for the exclusive. Even his watch collection includes a $50,000 Audemars Piguet and a $200,000 Richard Mille. Adding a touch of bling is a Tesla diamond and ruby ring worth over $37 grand, a gift from jeweler Ben Balla as a thank you for making Tesla a reality. But Mae Musk, Elon's mother, is a force in her own right. With a net worth of around $45 million, this Canadian-born, South Africa-raised model and dietitian has graced the covers of magazines like Time and Sports Illustrated. Based in New York City, May is a fixture at high-profile events like the Met Gala, flaunting designer gowns and high-end jewelry. And despite her wealth, she's known for crashing at her son's place in a garage, proving her down-to-earth streak. Now, Elon Musk, Elon's father, adds a splash of controversy to the mix. With an estimated net worth of $2 million, though some whisper about a past emerald mine. His collection of luxury cars, including a Bentley, Rolls-Royce and Mercedes, signals his taste for the high life. His relationship with Elon, however, is anything but smooth. Elon has called him a terrible human being in interviews. Moving on to Kimbal Musk, the younger brother, he also plays the entrepreneurial game with style. Valued at around $700 million, Kimbal owns multiple properties and luxury vehicles. Known for his cowboy hat and unpretentious attitude, he's focused on sustainable food through ventures like the Kitchen Restaurant Group and Big Green. His work in philanthropy and sustainability has earned him a spot as a global social entrepreneur, highlighting his commitment to real food and community empowerment. And last, Tosca Musk, the youngest sibling, shines in the film industry. As co-founder and CEO of Passionflix, a streaming service for romance films, she's carved out a niche of her own. And with an estimated net worth of $170 million, Tosca enjoys a Hollywood lifestyle, replete with designer fashion and an impressive collection of art and jewelry. Now, Elon, a man of many children, has fathered 12 with 3 different women, a brood which famously and controversially has had its own varied interactions with the current family patriarch. In a few minutes, we'll take a look forward to the future of the Musk family. But first, let's go to the next chapter to get a handle on how this global juggernaut of a lineage got its start. Investigating the Musk family's historical roots offers an intriguing glimpse into their global heritage and socio-economic evolution. And despite their European origins tracing back well before the 19th century, the Musk family's modern background includes English, Anglo-Canadian, Dutch and Swiss threads. First, let's start with the surname Musk, a key piece in unraveling the family's past. One popular theory posits that Musk has English origins, emerging during the era of William the Conqueror and the Norman conquest of 1066. According to this view, the name evolved from the Old French term mesh, meaning man. However, another perspective suggests a Dutch origin for the name, which is plausible given the family's later connections to South Africa. Turning to the Musk's English lineage, we find that the name Musk first appears in Tuddenham, Suffolk, where John Musk married Mary Ann Edwards in 1791. Indeed, this marriage marked the beginning of an English branch of the family characterized more by manual labor than by any Norman aristocratic heritage. And their son, Harry Musk, worked as a farm laborer, reflecting a modest background rather than the high societal status often associated with Norman names. Therefore, this glimpse into the Musk family's early English roots reveals a departure from any traditional aristocratic image, focusing instead on a more humble, labor-oriented life. The modest beginnings of John Musk's lineage suggest a background far from the privileged old money circles often associated with aristocratic names. Shifting our focus to Elon Musk's Dutch ancestry, we find a different narrative. And his paternal great-grandmother was a descendant of the Dutch free burghers in South Africa. These early settlers, initially under the Dutch East India Company, were independent farmers with a varied financial standing. Furthermore, the term burgher implied a certain level of affluence, but in practice these settlers were often middle-class farmers balancing self-sufficiency with aspirations for better economic positions. This Dutch lineage introduces another layer to the Musk family's history, reflecting a mix of economic ambitions and practical realities. The Free Burghers were known for their trade activities and efforts to improve their financial status, but a social divide existed between the Cape Dutch and the Boers, each with differing socio-economic conditions and educational backgrounds. In the tale of the Musk family's Swiss origins, the focus shifts to the Haldeman family, who hailed from the picturesque Emmental region in central Switzerland. And this area, nestled within the canton of Bern, is celebrated for its lush meadows, quaint farmhouses, and the world-renowned Emmental cheese. You know, the cheese famous for its large holes and a subtly nutty taste. Now, the Haldeman family name, later anglicised to Haldeman, has long been a part of the Emmental landscape. Over generations, locals have diligently transformed the rocky hillsides into thriving farmland, a feat humorously captured by a Swiss quip. Even the poor farmers wash their own Mercedes. But the story takes a notable turn in 1719, when the Haldeman family emigrated to the United States, adopting the name Haldeman and settling in Pennsylvania. They established the Haldeman estate overlooking the Susquehanna River, a property now known as the Haldeman Mansion within the Locust Grove estate in Lancaster County. This historic estate is preserved today by the Haldeman Mansion Preservation Society. Furthermore, May Musk, Elon Musk's mother, born May Haldeman in Canada in 1948, recounts in her autobiography the family's migration from Switzerland to Pennsylvania around 1720. Moreover, Almeida Haldeman, Elon Musk's great-grandmother, stands out in the Musk family history, as she was Canada's first chiropractor and one of the early female practitioners worldwide. Her journey began around 1904 when her husband was diagnosed with diabetes, leading her to study chiropractic medicine, a then novel field. By 1905, she earned her degree and established her practice in Saskatchewan, Canada. Her son, Joshua Elon Haldeman, continued her legacy in chiropractic care. Now, Joshua Elon Haldeman, Elon Musk's grandfather and namesake, left an unforgettable mark on the chiropractic profession in Canada. Practicing in Regina for over 15 years, he was instrumental in shaping the field, notably by securing the 1943 Chiropractic Act in Saskatchewan. And Haldeman's contributions extended to founding the province's first Board of Examiners and its initial Executive Board. His efforts also helped establish both the Canadian Chiropractic Association and the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College. But beyond his medical career, Joshua was politically active. He served as the research director for Technocracy, incorporated in Canada, promoting a science-driven overhaul of society and politics. And during World War II, he chaired the Social Credit Party and ran unsuccessfully for national parliament. Then, in 1950, Joshua relocated his family to South Africa. Whether driven by dissatisfaction with Canada's moral climate or simply a thirst for adventure, the move marked the beginning of the Haldemans' notable aviation exploits. Their journeys included a remarkable 30,000-mile flight along Africa's coast and into parts of Asia, ultimately reaching Australia. Joshua also dedicated nearly a decade to the search for the mythical lost city of the Kalahari. However, Joshua Haldeman's legacy is not without controversy. He harbored strong anti-Semitic views and supported apartheid in South Africa, expressing these sentiments through writings in pro-apartheid newspapers and a self-published book on global conspiracies. His life shockingly ended in a plane crash in 1974, leaving behind a legacy as complex as it was influential. As we turn to Elon Musk's parents, it becomes evident that their upbringing and life experiences have a substantial impact on shaping their identity. May Haldeman Musk, professionally known as May Musk and famously the mother of Elon Musk, entered the world on the 19th of April 1948 in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. But being one of 5 siblings and a twin, Maya soon relocated with her family to Pretoria, South Africa in 1950. It was here that she embarked on a modelling career at the tender age of 15, and her modelling journey, spanning over 5 decades, showcases a remarkable resilience and adaptability, especially noteworthy in an industry characterized by its mercurial nature. May's continued presence in the modeling world well into her 60s and 70s speaks to her enduring appeal and versatility. And although modeling might have been a field less embraced by traditional wealthy families in the mid-20th century, May Musk's career in this arena was a departure from what might have been expected of those with more conventional backgrounds. However, her academic credentials offer a different story. Holding 2 master's degrees in dietetics, May has been a significant figure in the nutrition and health sectors since the 1980s. This advanced education aligns with a more established, traditional perspective of wealth and influence. And her family's legacy in Canadian health history further reinforces this alignment with established professions, making her pivot to modern medicine and entrepreneurship a natural extension of her lineage. Consequently, her background in both high-profile modeling and substantial educational achievements brings a balanced narrative to her family's financial and professional history. Turning to Elon Musk's father, Errol Musk, we see a distinct yet interconnected narrative. Errol, an electromechanical engineer by trade, made notable strides in the 1970s and 1980s with a range of successful ventures. And his work in developing office buildings, retail complexes, and residential properties in South Africa not only earned him considerable wealth, but also underscored his role in the realm of technical innovation. Despite his early success, Errol Musk faced financial difficulties in the 1990s, leading to a need for support from his children, who funded him under the condition that he avoid problematic behavior, a condition he reportedly did not fully meet. This period marks a clear transition from his initial success to more challenging financial circumstances. Errol's career trajectory, marked by a blend of innovation and eventual financial instability, highlights the dynamic nature of wealth accumulation and management. His achievements in technology and property development were significant, but were later overshadowed by his financial struggles, which were significant enough to prompt his children to intervene financially. One of the more contentious chapters in Errol Musk's history involves his purported connection to an emerald mine in Zambia. This story, which began circulating around 4 decades ago, suggests Musk discovered valuable gemstones in the region. However, the prevailing evidence indicates that Errol Musk never actually owned an emerald mine, and his involvement was primarily in importing and cutting raw emeralds in Johannesburg, a venture that ultimately fizzled out in the 1980s. Elon Musk has consistently dismissed any claims of his family's ownership of such a mine, pushing toward a focus on his self-made achievements and the significant student debt he accrued during his college years. But Errol Musk's family life adds another layer of intrigue. He has fathered 7 children, including Elon, Kimbal, Tosca, Alexandra, and Asha Rose Musk. However, it's the complexities of his relationship with his stepdaughter, Jana Bezuidenhout, that truly capture attention. Errol's marriage to Jana's mother, Heide Bezuidenhout, began when Jana was just 4 years old. The couple remained married for 18 years, during which they had 2 children who are Jana's half-sisters. Subsequently, Errol's relationship with Jana evolved further when he had 2 children with her, complicating the family dynamic significantly. Just to clarify, Elon Musk has 2 half-siblings who are both his biological sisters and his stepsisters, given that Errol met Jana when she was a young child. This intertwining of familial relationships certainly makes for a complex family tree. Now, shifting focus to the most prominent member of the Musk lineage, Elon Musk himself, provides an opportunity to explore how his personal decisions and achievements fit into the broader context of family history. Of course, his own story is perhaps the most defining element of the Musk legacy, deserving a thorough examination of its implications. The Musk children's early years unfolded in Pretoria, South Africa, where Elon was born on the 28th of June in 1971, and his academic journey began at Pretoria Boys High School, an English medium institution with a storied history of over 110 years. Kimbal, born a little more than a year later, followed closely in Elon's footsteps by attending the same school, and sister Tosca, born in 1974 and the youngest of the Musk siblings, attended the female equivalent of the family school, so to speak, Pretoria High School for girls. Known for its demanding curriculum, these schools played a crucial role in shaping the Musk children's intellectual curiosity and ambition. Yet, their background wasn't as polished as one might expect, given their schools' respective reputations. You see, their family, while known for their enterprising spirit and active engagement in political and social spheres, wasn't exactly swimming in wealth at the time. After their parents' divorce in 1980, Elon Musk lived primarily with his father, a situation that quickly became financially strained, and his mother, May Musk, juggled 5 jobs to support her children, a far cry from the cushy lifestyle typically associated with elite circles. Furthermore, Elon Musk's relationship with his father was fraught with conflict. Describing his father as a terrible human being and his upbringing as terrible, Musk's childhood was marked by both financial difficulties and emotional turbulence, elements rarely associated with elite circles. Nevertheless, May Musk made significant efforts to nurture the children's interests. After high school, Elon moved to Canada to attend Queen's University in Ontario, a decision that would soon be followed by Kimbal. Elon later transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned degrees in physics and economics. Kimbal, meanwhile, transferred to the University of Colorado Boulder, earning a degree in business. This academic background laid the foundation for their future ventures. Then, Elon's entrepreneurial journey began in earnest when he co-founded Zip2, an online city guide platform, with Kimbal. The company was sold for $307 million in 1999, marking their first major success. Elon went on to create PayPal with legendary entrepreneurs like Peter Thiel and David Sachs, and then co-founded SpaceX and Tesla, companies that would revolutionize space travel and electric vehicles. Now Kimbal, after the success of Zip2, pursued his passion for food. He attended the French Culinary Institute in 2001 and later co-founded the Kitchen Restaurant Group in Boulder, Colorado. His ventures expanded to include Big Green, a non-profit organization focused on building learning gardens in schools, and Square Roots, an urban farming company. Despite his culinary focus, Kimbal remains involved in the tech industry, serving on the boards of Tesla and SpaceX. Tosca's career in filmmaking began in the late 1990s, and she quickly made a name for herself in the industry. Her breakthrough came in 2001 with the production of her first feature film, Puzzled. Then, in 2017, Tosca co-founded Passionflix, a streaming service dedicated to adapting romance novels into films and series. The platform has gained a loyal following and is known for its female-centric content that celebrates love and relationships. Yet, Big Brother Elon Musk's influence stretches far beyond the realms of Tesla. His ventures into various cutting-edge fields underscore his role as a quintessential modern entrepreneur. For example, he launched Solar City, a leading provider of photovoltaic systems and battery storage solutions. Musk also founded Neuralink, which aims to develop brain-machine interfaces, and The Boring Company, a tunnel-boring enterprise designed to alleviate urban congestion. Then, in 2022, Musk made headlines by acquiring Twitter for $44 billion and taking it private. And his tenure at the social media giant has been marked by significant controversy. Decisions such as reinstating former President Donald Trump, laying off the majority of the staff with minimal explanation, and promoting contentious political theories have fueled a turbulent period for the platform. Additionally, as we'll see in the next chapter, Elon Musk's personal life, much like his professional ventures, has been nothing short of headline-grabbing. Elon Musk's personal life, particularly his relationships and children, has been a subject of public fascination, marked by both joy and tragedy. In 2000, Musk married Justine Wilson, a Canadian fantasy author. Their union was initially filled with promise and shared dreams. However, the couple faced profound challenges, the most devastating being the loss of their first son, Nevada Alexander Musk, who tragically passed away at just 10 weeks old due to sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. This heart-wrenching event undoubtedly placed a significant strain on their marriage, testing their resilience and ability to cope with such an unimaginable loss. Despite the shared grief of losing their first son, Nevada Alexander Musk, Elon Musk, and Justine Wilson continued to build their family, welcoming 5 more children through in vitro fertilization. Their first set of twins, Griffin and Xavier, now Vivian, were born in 2004. Griffin, now 20, has largely maintained a private life, focusing on his education and hobbies. Raised in a high-profile family, he has managed to balance a typical childhood with extraordinary experiences, such as attending SpaceX launches and Tesla events with his father. Now, Griffin's twin Vivian, who transitioned and changed names in 2022, has had a famously tense relationship with father Elon Musk, particularly since her coming out as transgender. This decision, made shortly after her 18th birthday, was a pivotal moment, symbolizing her desire to sever ties with Musk and assert her autonomy. For example, in court documents for the name change, Vivian explicitly stated her wish to no longer be related to her biological father in any way, shape, or form, and in an exclusive interview with NBC News in July 2024, Vivian revealed that her father's disapproval of her gender identity and his public statements about her had deeply affected her. Additionally, the tension between Vivian and Musk has also been documented in Walter Isaacson's biography of Musk, where Vivian is described as a fervent Marxist who believes that anyone rich is evil. Vivian has contested these characterizations, clarifying that while she opposes economic inequality, she does not identify as a Marxist. She then criticized Isaacson for not reaching out to her before publication, further highlighting the disconnect between her and her father's public narratives. More recently, Musk's recent comments during a live-streamed interview with psychologist Jordan Peterson brought their strained relationship back into the spotlight. Musk referred to Vivian using her birth name, a term considered deeply disrespectful in the transgender community, and claimed that her transition was a result of being infected by the woke mind virus. He also alleged that he had been deceived into signing documents related to her gender-affirming care, a claim Vivian has vehemently denied. Vivian's response to Musk's allegations has been both firm and public, and on the social media platform Threads, she refuted Musk's narrative, labeling it as entirely fabricated. She emphasized that Musk was largely absent during her formative years and criticized his portrayal of her as a happy little stereotype, which she believes reflects his fundamental misunderstandings about queer individuals and children. In a series of posts, Vivian highlighted the support she received from her mother, Justine Wilson, during her transition. Now, rolling back to 2006, after the birth of Griffin and Vivian, Elon and Justine welcomed triplets, Kai, Saxon, and Damien. Each of them, now 18, has pursued their interests while maintaining a relatively low profile. Kai, known for his artistic endeavors, has balanced a traditional upbringing with unique opportunities afforded by his father's status. Saxon, a fitness enthusiast, shares a close bond with his brothers and enjoys a moderate level of public exposure, allowing him to grow beyond the media's constant gaze. Damien, like his siblings, focuses on his education and personal development, benefiting from the family's values of privacy and support. And Elon Musk's commitment to his children's education led him to establish Ad Astra, a private school designed to nurture their individual strengths and passions. Dissatisfied with conventional schooling, Musk created an innovative learning environment that emphasizes critical thinking, problem-solving, and hands-on learning. At Ad Astra, Musk's children are encouraged to explore subjects at their own pace, fostering a love for learning and creativity. This approach has allowed them to excel in various fields, from science and technology to the arts and sports. In 2018, Elon Musk's romantic life took another intriguing turn when he met Claire Boucher, better known as Grimes, a Canadian musician celebrated for her avant-garde approach to music. Their connection was sparked on Twitter through a shared joke about artificial intelligence, specifically a pun involving Rococo basilisk, a blend of art history and AI theory. This niche joke, which only a few might appreciate, laid the foundation for their relationship, highlighting their mutual appreciation for the unconventional and intellectual. Then, their relationship quickly became a public spectacle, marked by their debut at the 2018 Met Gala. Musk, dressed in a white tuxedo, and Grimes in a goth-inspired ensemble, captured the media's attention, sparking memes and widespread curiosity about the unexpected pairing. Musk expressed admiration for Grimes's wild fey artistic creativity and hyper-intense work ethic, which seemed to complement his own visionary pursuits. Indeed, the couple's romance was characterized by its eccentricity, a theme that extended to the birth of their first child in May 2020. Initially named X-A12, the name was a nod to both parents' interests in technology and the avant-garde. In December 2021, Grimes and Musk welcomed their second child, a daughter named Exa Dark Sidereal, via surrogate. Known as Y, her name continued the couple's tradition of unconventional naming, reflecting their futuristic and artistic sensibilities. Additionally, in March 2022, Grimes revealed in a Vanity Fair interview that they had secretly had another child, a son named Techno Mechanicus, or Tau, a revelation that further underscored the couple's penchant for secrecy and surprise. However, despite their shared interests and the birth of their children, Musk and Grimes's relationship was not without its challenges. The couple experienced several breakups and reconciliations, often described as fluid by Grimes, and they maintained a unique dynamic, living in separate houses but remaining close friends and co-parents. Then, their relationship faced additional strain when Musk moved to Texas in late 2020, a decision driven by disagreements over California's COVID-19 restrictions. This move marked a turning point, leading to their semi-separation in September 2021. Despite this, they continued to co-parent their children, navigating the complexities of their unconventional family structure. In recent developments, Grimes has been involved in a legal battle to establish parental rights over their children, highlighting ongoing tensions. Meanwhile, Musk's personal life has continued to make headlines, with reports of him fathering twins with a Neuralink executive. As of 2024, Grimes has moved on romantically, debuting a relationship with DJ Anima, while Musk is reportedly single. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is reportedly single, focusing on his numerous business ventures and his growing family. However, Musk's romantic history includes a brief but highly publicized relationship with actress Amber Heard. The two first crossed paths in 2013 during the filming of Machete Kills, where they were introduced by director Robert Rodriguez, and at the time, Heard was still married to actor Johnny Depp. And although their initial interactions were purely professional, their relationship took a romantic turn in 2016, shortly after Heard's tumultuous split from Depp. Musk and Heard officially began dating in April 2017, making their relationship public with an Instagram post, and despite their high-profile status, their relationship was intermittent. But Musk and Heard's relationship was marked by several notable events. They were frequently seen traveling together, including a trip to Australia where Heard was filming Aquaman. But in December 2017, they had a highly publicized argument in South America, witnessed by Musk's brother, Kimbal. This incident highlighted the volatile nature of their relationship, which Musk later described as brutal in his biography by Walter Isaacson. Despite their on and off relationship, Musk and Heard maintained a mutual respect for each other. Heard has spoken positively about Musk, noting their bond over intellectual curiosity and shared values. Musk, in turn, has expressed a more romanticized view of their time together, admitting that he is often a fool for love. Their final split occurred in early 2018, but their relationship continued to make headlines, especially during Depp's defamation trial against Heard in 2022. Musk was mentioned in the trial, with allegations that he had visited Heard at her penthouse while she was still married to Depp. Although Musk did not testify, the trial brought renewed attention to their past relationship. And in the years following their breakup, Musk and Heard have both moved on. But their brief romance remains a significant chapter in Musk's complex personal life. Thus, examining Musk's personal life, it becomes apparent that his approach to relationships and family life does not adhere to the traditional patterns often associated with long-established wealth. And more broadly speaking, the Musk family is known for their dynamic and unconventional lives professionally and personally. Their actions reflect a deliberate effort to challenge and redefine the conventional image of success, proving that even the world's richest individuals don't have to conform to established norms to achieve greatness. Right now, somewhere in Austin, Texas, the richest man in history, Elon Musk, is redefining what family home means with a compound so elaborate it makes Downton Abbey look like student housing. But before we dive into Elon's latest real estate experiment, let's rewind through the most outrageous property portfolio ever assembled by someone planning to leave Earth. In today's episode, we'll take you on a tour through secret speakeasies and professional flower arranging rooms, from infinity pools that merge with the LA skyline to a Texas estate that's basically a small town. Settle in, because you're about to discover why even Mars colonizers need a few absolutely ridiculous places to rest their heads, as we take you inside the Musk family's luxury houses. Number 1. Gene Yacor, Hillsborough, California. While some tech billionaires satisfy themselves with sleek modern compounds of glass and steel, Elon Musk's acquisition of Gene Yacor in 2017 proved that even Mars-bound visionaries can't resist the gravitational pull of old-world glamour. Perched like an aristocratic eagle's nest in Hillsborough's exclusive hills, this 47-acre estate doesn't just whisper wealth. It practically writes sonnets about it in 24-carat gold leaf. Built in 1912 for Christian de Genier II and his American heiress bride Marie-Christine Elkins, because nothing says new money meets old nobility quite like a French count marrying into California gold rush fortune, Gene Yacor stands as a masterclass in early 20th century architectural flexing. The renowned firm Bliss & Faville, fresh from their triumphs with the St. Francis Hotel and Pacific Union Club, created what can only be described as a Mediterranean palace having an identity crisis in Northern California. The numbers alone would make a Silicon Valley startup's valuation blush. 16,660 square feet of living space spread across 4 stories, 13 bedrooms, and 11.5 bathrooms. Because apparently, that half bath makes all the difference when you're hosting US presidents and dignitaries. The ballroom, with its soaring 20-foot ceilings, could accommodate a small tech conference, though its carved relief ceiling moldings and triple-layered crown moldings, some sporting gold leaf naturally, suggest more refined gatherings than your average hackathon. But it's the details that truly separate Gene Yacor from mere McMansions. Take, for instance, the professional flower arranging room with refrigeration in the basement, because heaven forbid your roses wilt while you're busy disrupting the automotive industry. The library, wrapped in leather walls like a billionaire's bound book collection come to life, features a concealed bar behind its fireplace, suggesting that even tech titans appreciate a good speakeasy moment. When Musk acquired this architectural time machine for $31.75 million in 2017, roughly the cost of a few Tesla prototypes, he wasn't just buying a house. He was purchasing a piece of California history, complete with private hiking trails, canyons, and its own reservoir. The Porter and Steinwedel-designed pool and pavilion offer the perfect setting for contemplating Mars colonization, while the 3-car garage and 8-car carport provide ample space for a fleet of Teslas. In a plot twist worthy of Silicon Valley's dramatic flair, Musk's ownership of this French-American masterpiece proved relatively brief. As part of his grand gesture toward minimalism, if someone can call owning multiple properties in Texas minimal, he sold Gene Yacor in 2021 for the $40.8 million to fellow entrepreneur Kirill Evstratov, turning even this historical gem into a profitable venture. Located just 20 minutes south of San Francisco and north of Silicon Valley, Jinyekor stands as an icon of the Bay Area's unique ability to blend old money grandiosity with new tech billions. It's exactly what you'd expect when French nobility meets California dreaming. Absolutely, unapologetically magnificent, right down to its gold-leafed crown moldings. Number 2, the Ridge King's Castle, Bel Air, California. The If Jinyekor was Musk's nod to historical opulence, his $25.25 million Bel Air acquisition proves that even rocket scientists can't resist the allure of contemporary California glamour. Sitting like a modernist eagle's nest atop one of Bel Air's most coveted ridges, this architectural statement piece practically screams tech titan in a language of glass, steel, and unobstructed views. Acquired in 2016 while still under construction, because apparently waiting for completion is for mere mortals, this 9,309 square foot vision of contemporary excess stands as testament to what happens when Silicon Valley ambition meets Hollywood Hills swagger. It's as if someone decided to build a spaceship but remembered it needed a swimming pool. The numbers tell only part of the story. 6 bedrooms, 1 for each SpaceX launch phase, 7 bathrooms because symmetry is overrated, and 1.5 acres of prime Bel Air real estate that makes Beverly Hills look like downtown Nebraska. But it's the positioning that truly sets this property apart. A masterclass in philosophical geometry where every angle seems calculated to remind visitors they're floating above the common folk of Los Angeles. From its strategic perch, the mansion commands views that stretch from downtown LA's glittering skyline to the Pacific Ocean's endless horizon. The kind of vista that makes even a Mars colonizer pause to appreciate Earth's charms. Multiple decks and patios surround the structure like orbital platforms, each offering a different perspective on the empire below, while the infinity pool seems to merge with the horizon in a way that suggests someone took reaching for the stars, quite literally. The acquisition wasn't just about square footage and view lines, it was a power move in Musk's greater Bel Air strategy. Part of a master plan that would eventually encompass multiple properties worth north of $70 million, this particular piece of architectural bravado served as a modern counterpoint to his other holdings in the area. It was as if Musk was playing real estate chess while everyone else was stuck on checkers. But even the grandest of plans must bow to greater visions. In 2020, as part of Musk's dramatic declaration to sell most of his earthly possessions, a statement that probably caused his real estate agent to need smelling salts, this ridgetop masterpiece joined the great divestment. Bundled with 3 other Bel Air properties in a $62 million package deal, its sale marked the end of an era in Musk's California real estate saga. The property stands today as a monument to a particular moment in tech wealth history, when having one foot in the clouds wasn't quite enough, and even the most forward-thinking innovators couldn't resist the allure of a good infinity pool. It's exactly what you'd expect when spacecraft engineering meets residential architecture. Absolutely, unapologetically stratospheric, right down to its gravity-defying views. In the end, this wasn't just a house. It was a declaration that even in the rarefied air of Bel Air, there's always room for one more visionary with a view. Number 3, the Modest Ranch, Beverly Hills, California. While some billionaires measure success in square footage and marble columns, sometimes true power lies in the art of the understated. Enter Elon Musk's 2015 acquisition, a seemingly modest ranch house that would make most millionaires feel right at home, but at $5.8 million suggests that even modesty comes with a Beverly Hills price tag. This is not a story of gilded ceilings or infinity pools stretching toward the Pacific. No, this is a tale of strategic brilliance dressed in ranch house clothing, the real estate equivalent of a chess piece masquerading as a pawn. Purchased through an LLC, because when you're worth billions, even your modest purchases need their own corporate structure, this property served as the final piece in Musk's master plan to create what real estate agents might call a privacy compound. but what supervillain aficionados might recognize as a more tasteful take on the secret lair concept. Positioned on the same prestigious street as Musk's other Bel Air holdings, this relatively humble abode, and we use humble in the strictly billionaire sense, played its role perfectly. The architectural equivalent of a security guard in a bespoke suit. While its more flamboyant neighbors might have hogged the architectural spotlight with their sweeping views and resort-style amenities, this ranch house stood as a testament to the old adage that true power sometimes whispers rather than shouts. The property formed part of Musk's Greater Bel Air Symphony, a carefully orchestrated collection of homes worth north of 100 million. Because when you're planning to colonize Mars, why not start by colonizing one of LA's most exclusive neighborhoods? Each property in this collection played its part, but our ranch house served as the perfect counterpoint to its more ostentatious siblings, like the sensible cousin at a family reunion of celebrities. In December 2020, when Musk decided that earthly possessions were becoming too, well, earthly, this strategic piece of real estate joined its grander neighbors in a grand exodus. Luxury developer Adi Tavangarian acquired this property along with 3 others in a $62 million package deal, proving that even in real estate, everything's better in bulk. The sale marked the end of an era in Musk's California real estate saga as the tech titan shifted his focus from accumulating properties to accumulating Twitter followers. Looking back, this ranch house stands as perhaps the most fascinating chapter in Musk's real estate story, not for what it was, but for what it represented. In a neighborhood where every mansion screams for attention, here was a property that knew its role was to blend in, to complete the puzzle rather than steal the show. It's exactly what you'd expect from a billionaire's version of a modest home, absolutely, unapologetically strategic, right down to its perfectly positioned property lines. Though Musk may have moved on to Texas pastures, this unassuming ranch house remains a testament to the fact that sometimes the most powerful moves in real estate are the ones that don't make headlines, even when they come with a $5.8 million price tag. Number 4. The Texas Compound. Austin, Texas. If Musk's California properties were statements of success, his $35 million Austin compound stands as a symbol of something far more intriguing. What happens when the world's richest man decides to redefine the modern family estate? Forget the bachelor pads of Bel Air. This is family planning on an entrepreneurial scale. At the heart of this ambitious domestic experiment sits a 14,400 square foot Tuscan-style villa that makes most McMansions look like guest houses. But this isn't just any luxury compound. It's perhaps the world's most expensive attempt at creating the perfect blended family habitat. Think the Brady Bunch meets the Jetsons, with a dash of Texas swagger thrown in for good measure. The mathematics of the compound is as complex as a SpaceX launch sequence. One main villa, plus a 6-bedroom mansion tucked behind it, plus yet another house within a 10-minute walk, because when you're housing 11 children and various mothers, proximity is everything, but so is privacy. It's as if someone decided to solve the logistics of modern family life the way you'd approach designing a Mars colony, with careful planning and ample escape pods. Location, as any real estate agent worth their commission will tell you, is everything. And this compound's position near Tesla's Gigafactory suggests that even when Musk is playing family man, he keeps one eye on the empire. It's the ultimate work-from-home setup, just with a few billion-dollar companies thrown into the mix. But what truly sets this property apart isn't its square footage or its Tuscan pretensions, it's its ambitious purpose. This isn't merely a home, it's a grand experiment in modern family dynamics, designed to allow Musk's children from different mothers to interact and bond in a setting that makes the average country club look positively modest. Already, Neuralink executive Shivan Zilis has moved in with her 3 children, suggesting that this unusual domestic arrangement might just work. Security, naturally, has been handled with the same attention to detail that one might expect from someone who builds self-landing rockets. Neighbouring homeowners have reportedly been offered 20 to 70% above market value to increase privacy, because nothing says "welcome to the neighbourhood" quite like a generous buyout offer. This compound marks quite the evolution from Musk's 2020 declaration to own no house, and his brief stint living in a 50,000 tiny home in Boca Chica, a period that surely had real estate agents across Texas reaching for their phones in panic. It seems that sometimes the path to minimalism takes an unexpected detour through maximum square footage. The Austin compound stands today as perhaps the most fascinating chapter yet in Musk's real estate saga. A property that doesn't just house a family, but attempts to redefine what family living means in the 21st century. It's exactly what you'd expect when a tech visionary tackles domestic life. Absolutely, unapologetically ambitious, right down to its carefully calculated walking distances between houses. Consider the cosmic irony of being the poorer Musk brother, worth a mere $777 million. Indeed, in any other family, Kimbal Musk would be the wildly successful one, the visionary who transformed sustainable dining, the tech investor who parlayed early bets on Tesla and SpaceX into a fortune, the entrepreneur who's reinventing farming with AI-powered vertical gardens. But when your brother becomes the world's richest person, even your most spectacular achievements can seem like opening acts. In today's episode of Old Money Luxury, we'll share with you the story of a different kind of Musk revolution, one that trades Mars missions for microgreens and social media empires for sustainable restaurants, as we describe. Kimbal Musk, when your brother makes you a future billionaire. Indeed, the other Musk brothers' fortune tells quite the tale, and while Kimbal Musk's net worth hovers around $777.8 million in 2024, a sum that would have most mortals popping champagne corks, it's mere pocket change in the Musk family ledger. Some might say that being the poorer Musk brother is rather like being the second tallest mountain in the solar system. Undoubtedly, the numbers speak volumes. As a Tesla board member since 2004, he's accumulated 1,563,220 shares, a cool $724 million worth. Though we must note his rather impeccably timed $108 million share sale in 2021, just before Tesla's stock performed its own version of a SpaceX rocket launch in reverse. Pure coincidence, surely. Speaking of SpaceX, his investment there remains as mysterious as one of Elon's cryptic tweets, though it's undoubtedly multiplied faster than Bitcoin during a bull run. While big brother Elon plays with rockets and robots, Kimbal has carved himself a rather tasty niche in the sustainable food sector. His kitchen restaurant group, with the Kitchen American Bistro in Boulder leading the charge, has blossomed from a single eatery into what one might call an American culinary empire. Then there's Square Roots, his urban farming venture that's essentially farming's answer to the iPhone, complete with high-tech containers that would make any traditional farmer's pitchfork drop in amazement. The younger Musk has maneuvered through corporate America with the precision of a master chess player. Beyond Tesla and SpaceX, he's graced Chipotle Mexican Grill's board with his presence, adding a dash of fast casual spice to his portfolio, if you will. From his Rocky Mountain perch in Boulder, Colorado, he's orchestrated quite the sustainable symphony. Though perhaps his most valuable asset isn't counted in mere millions, it's his front row seat to the technological circus that defines modern innovation. Rather like having a permanently reserved table at the world's most exclusive restaurant. While he may not be the Musk who breaks the internet every other Tuesday, Kimbal has crafted his own rather impressive story. He's mastered the art of building wealth while keeping both feet firmly planted in organic soil, proving that sometimes the smartest business move is simply growing your own garden, even if it happens to be in a high-tech container. But the true origins of Kimbal's peculiar talents with soil and silicon lay half a world away, in a Pretoria household where violence and vision collided beneath the South African sun. Beyond mere affluence or entrepreneurial drive, the Musk family's roots stretched deep into the red soil of South Africa, where privilege and turmoil intertwined in ways that would shape not just one generation, but an entire dynasty of innovators. And in the suburban enclave of Pretoria, Errol Musk's sprawling house stood as a laboratory of future ambition. Within those walls, young Kimbal Musk born in 1972 between his brother Elon and sister Tosca, inhabited a world where the boundaries between imagination and engineering dissolved daily. Their mother May, striking and cerebral, moved through their lives like a comet, leaving trails of both glamour and scientific precision in her wake. Her career, straddling the seemingly disparate worlds of modeling and dietetics, demonstrated to her children that conventional boundaries were meant to be crossed. And the weekend air in the Musk household crackled with the energy of nascent invention. While other children played with toys, the Musk siblings dismantled them, reimagined them, rebuilt them. But beneath this facade of domestic innovation, fault lines were forming. The marriage that had fostered this intellectual hothouse was crumbling. The 1979 divorce fractured their world along new geometries. In the aftermath, as Mai shepherded her children through various South African cities, they witnessed their nation's own convulsions. The dying gasp of apartheid played out in their streets, their schools, their daily lives. For young Kimbal, violence became more than an abstraction. It became memory seared into flesh, particularly on the day he watched a man's life end in a spray of blood on a commuter train. Yet even as South Africa's social order underwent its death throes, May's determination never wavered. She built her career amid the chaos, showing her children that adaptation was not merely about survival, but about transformation. This lesson would echo through decades, shaping Kimbal's future approaches to business and social change. When Canada beckoned in 1989, offering escape through May's citizenship, Kimbal followed his brother's path northward. At Queen's University, amid the genteel limestone buildings of Kingston, Ontario, he began to shed his South African skin. His college painting business, successful though it was, served as merely the first brushstroke on a much larger canvas. The brothers' paths seemed destined to converge in Silicon Valley, where they would co-found Zip2 in 1995. But beneath Kimbal's apparent embrace of the digital gold rush, another vision was taking root. One nourished by memories of his mother's work in nutrition, one that whispered of community and sustainability rather than circuits and code. As the millennium approached, these competing impulses, technology's siren song and the earthier call of sustainable food systems, waged their quiet war within him. And in that tension lay the seeds of a revolution that would one day reshape how Americans thought about their relationship with food, community, and the very soil beneath their feet. Through the gleaming glass canyons of Palo Alto in 1995, two brothers from South Africa strode with empty pockets but minds brimming with digital dreams. Kimbal and Elon Musk's shared vision manifested in a sparse office where they would birth Zip2, an enterprise that would revolutionize how newspapers delivered information to their readers. Their days stretched into nights, fueled by cheap fast food and determination as they crafted their digital cartography empire. The chemistry between the brothers proved essential. Kimbal, with his natural charm and business acumen, ventured into the world to secure crucial deals, while Elon remained ensconced in the digital labyrinth of code and servers. Their meager resources demanded innovation. They slept in the office, showered at a local gym, and subsisted on a diet that would have made their dietitian mother shudder. Yet beneath the surface of their growing success, currents of change were already stirring within Kimbal. Even as Zip2's valuation climbed and venture capitalists began circling with checkbooks in hand, his thoughts increasingly wandered to memories of family meals and his mother's lessons about nutrition. The eventual sale to Compaq Computer Corporation for $307 million in 1999 didn't just represent financial liberation. It offered Kimbal the freedom to pursue a passion that had been simmering since childhood. In the sterile corridors of Silicon Valley, where fortunes were made in bits and bytes, Kimbal made a decision that bewildered many of his tech industry peers. He turned his back on the digital gold rush and enrolled in New York's French Culinary Institute. There, amid the clash of pots and pans, the precise choreography of professional kitchens, and the artistic architecture of fine cuisine, Kimbal found his true calling. This culinary metamorphosis culminated in 2004 with the opening of the kitchen in Boulder, Colorado. Alongside his then-wife Jen Lewin and chef Hugo Matheson, Kimbal created more than just a restaurant. He built a laboratory for a new vision of American dining. The kitchen became a crucible where technology's precision merged with agriculture's ancient rhythms. where sustainability met scalability. The venture expanded beyond Boulder's boundaries, spreading to Denver and Chicago, each new location a carefully calibrated experiment in sustainable dining. But even as the kitchen's success grew, Kimbal's ambitions reached further. He envisioned a transformation of America's entire food system, a revolution that would touch every plate in every home. As his restaurant empire flourished, a question began to haunt Kimbal Musk. Could the same innovative spirit that had transformed the digital landscape be harnessed to revolutionize how Americans thought about, grew, and consumed their food? The answer would emerge from an unlikely fusion of his tech industry past and his culinary present, spawning a movement that would challenge the very foundations of American agriculture. In the converted warehouses of Brooklyn, where the steel bones of America's industrial past still jutted against the sky, Kimbal Musk orchestrated a quiet revolution in 2016. His company, Square Roots, transformed ordinary shipping containers into technological marvels, vertical farms that pulsed with purple LED light and hummed with the precision of computer-controlled growing systems. These metallic gardens used barely two-thirds the water of traditional farms, their efficiency a testament to the marriage of agricultural wisdom and digital innovation. But forces beyond anyone's control were brewing. When COVID-19 swept across the nation in 2020, it laid bare the vulnerabilities in America's food distribution networks. Square Roots' localized production model suddenly seemed less like an experiment and more like a prophecy. The company's expansion into Ohio, through a partnership with Gordon Food Service, appeared to validate Musk's vision, until market realities forced a strategic retreat. The pandemic's impact on Musk's restaurant empire proved even more severe. The kitchen restaurant group, once a beacon of farm-to-table dining, found itself making decisions that would have been unthinkable months earlier. In March 2020, nearly 100 employees lost their jobs as multiple next-door American eatery locations shuttered their doors. The carefully constructed network of local suppliers and sustainable practices that Musk had spent years building began to unravel under the weight of government restrictions and economic uncertainty. Meanwhile, Musk's connections to his brother's enterprises reached a critical juncture. His February 2021 sale of Tesla shares, worth $109 million, occurred at a particularly sensitive moment, drawing the watchful eye of federal regulators. This transaction, representing roughly 15% of his stake, preceded his brother Elon's controversial Twitter poll about selling Tesla stock. His two-decade tenure as a SpaceX director concluded in January 2022, marking the end of an era in the Musk brothers' shared business ventures. But even as one chapter closed, another began with the acquisition of Intel's light drone division and the creation of Nova Sky Stories, a venture that sought to paint the night sky with choreographed points of light. As global temperatures rose and traditional farming methods faced mounting challenges, Musk's technological approach to agriculture gained increasing attention. Square Roots' AI-equipped containers represented more than just efficient farming. They offered a glimpse into a possible future where food production could thrive in urban environments, independent of soil quality or climate conditions. And while the gleaming containers stood like statues of the future, but 2024 would prove that even the most sophisticated technology couldn't insulate Kimbal Musk's vision from market forces that had been brewing since his earliest days in the restaurant business. Across the vast landscape of American wealth creation, where fortunes typically bloom in the fertile soil of pure technology, Kimbal Musk chose a different path. While his brother Elon reached for the stars, Kimbal planted his ambitions firmly in the earth, seeking to revolutionize how Americans connect with their food. Yet by 2024, this earthbound mission had revealed its own complexities. His restaurant empire weathered storms that few could have predicted. The Kitchen American Bistro's farm-to-table philosophy, once revolutionary, now required constant reinvention in a post-pandemic world. Next-door American eatery locations opened and closed like flowers tracking the sun, each change reflecting the market's shifting appetites. Square Roots, his bold experiment in urban farming, encountered harsh realities that no amount of technological innovation could easily solve. The shuttering of facilities in Springfield, Shepherdsville, and Kenosha wrote a sobering chapter in the story of vertical farming's scalability. Meanwhile, Big Green, his initiative to bring learning gardens to American schools, faced its own revolution when workers voted to unionize in 2022, creating ripples through the non-profit world. His gradual distancing from his brother's enterprises, leaving SpaceX's board in 2022 after 2 decades of service, maintaining his Tesla board position despite scrutiny over well-timed stock sales, marked a subtle shift in the Musk family dynamics. Each move suggested a man increasingly focused on his own vision, even as that vision encountered obstacles. In the end, Kimbal Musk's journey illuminated an essential truth about innovation in the food system: that some revolutions happen not in sudden upheavals, but through persistent experimentation, with both failures and successes serving as lessons for future pioneers. We all watched it unfold in real time: the tweets, the rallies, the soaring stock prices. Yet behind the public spectacle of Musk and Trump's alliance lay something far more fascinating: a masterclass in the architecture of modern power. Indeed, it only took 5 months for Elon Musk to engineer one of the most dramatic accumulations of wealth and political influence in history. But the true story begins years earlier, in a web of calculated donations and careful positioning that would prove more prescient than anyone could have imagined. And what appeared to be random political hedging was actually something far more sophisticated: the methodical construction of a power base that would transform both democracy and capitalism when opportunity finally struck. In today's episode of Old Money Luxury, we share the story of how the now richest man in history crafted his position at the precise intersection of crisis and opportunity, as we describe. How Elon Musk used Donald Trump to become the richest man ever. Money and power have always followed curious paths in American politics, but few trajectories have been as meticulously crafted as Elon Musk's decade-long political evolution that took him from frequent Democratic Party donor to the richest man in history, off of the back of Donald Trump's historic 2024 electoral win. You see, Elon's journey from tech entrepreneur to political kingmaker reveals a sophisticated understanding of institutional power that would ultimately reshape both technological innovation and political influence in modern America. Now, the early architecture of Musk's political strategy emerged through a careful pattern of bipartisan engagement. His first significant political moves in the years 2003 and 2004 demonstrated this calculated approach: a $2,000 contribution to George W. Bush's presidential campaign, followed by an identical donation to John Kerry's bid. These parallel investments weren't mere hedging. They represented the foundation of a broader strategy that would define his approach to political influence for years to come. This balanced approach extended beyond federal politics. His $5,000 contribution to Democratic Los Angeles City Councilman Eric Garcetti in 2005 demonstrated an understanding that local influence often yielded outsized returns for emerging technology companies. Therefore, when he donated $25,000 to the National Republican Congressional Committee in 2006, while simultaneously supporting California Democrats, Musk wasn't simply spreading his bets. He was building a sophisticated network of political capital that transcended partisan boundaries. By 2008, this strategy had evolved to encompass presidential politics in its fullest form. His support for both Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton during their primary campaigns reflected a deeper understanding of political dynamics. However, these weren't merely donations. They were investments in a carefully constructed image of technological neutrality that would prove invaluable in the decades to come. And so, by the early 2010s, Musk had perfected his political persona. His self-description as half Democrat, half Republican wasn't just rhetoric. It represented the culmination of a decade-long effort to position himself as the archetypal Silicon Valley moderate, a technological visionary operating above partisan divisions. Yet beneath this carefully cultivated image lay a sophisticated understanding of power that would ultimately transform both political influence and market capitalism in ways few could have predicted. And the numbers tell a revealing story: $725,000 in strategic political donations spread across party lines, $4 million in SpaceX lobbying, and maximum contributions to Obama's campaign while simultaneously funding Marco Rubio's Florida machine. This wasn't mere hedging, it was architectural, And the Trump years provided the first glimpse of Musk's true political agility. His early criticism of Trump as not the right guy for America quickly evolved into active participation in presidential business councils. When the Paris Agreement withdrawal prompted his resigned protest, many saw principle, but markets recognized strategy. The pattern continued through the pandemic, with Musk publicly sparring with Trump over Tesla's plant reopening while privately maintaining crucial connections. By the Biden era, the carefully constructed moderate facade began showing strategic cracks. His public mockery of the president after the Inspiration mission, growing frustration with pro-union stances, and the transformative Twitter purchase revealed a man increasingly comfortable wielding political influence directly. But the watershed moment came with his first Republican vote for Mayor Flores, followed by early support for DeSantis, moves that signaled bigger plays ahead. Early 2024 found Musk at a crossroads. Tesla faced mounting regulatory challenges, SpaceX's government contracts hung in delicate balance, and the tech sector was under unprecedented scrutiny. His personal wealth, now inextricably tied to political whims, swung dramatically with each tweet and policy shift. The markets, having long learned to read between the lines of Musk's political positioning, watched intently for his next move. The assassination attempt on Donald Trump would shockingly soon provide exactly such an opportunity, transforming Musk's decade of careful political maneuvering into a chance to become the richest individual in recorded human history. The transformation of power in American politics often hinges on singular moments, crystallizing events that reshape the landscape of possibility. The 13th of July 2024 proved to be such a moment. The assassination attempt on Donald Trump at his Butler, Pennsylvania rally didn't just echo across the manicured campaign grounds, it reverberated through the institutional frameworks of American capitalism and political influence. The shots that rang out that afternoon set in motion a sequence of events that would redefine the relationship between political power and market capitalism. Within hours, Elon Musk's endorsement appeared on X. "I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery." The statement, seemingly straightforward, expressed appropriate outrage at political violence while simultaneously establishing Musk as a defender of both democratic institutions and the sometimes friend, sometimes foe, Trump. The markets, ever sensitive to shifts in the political winds, responded immediately, Tesla stock surging as investors recognized the deeper implications of this alignment. Then, the remainder of July saw Musk carefully cultivating this newfound position. Each post on X, each public statement, each strategic silence was calibrated to maximize both political impact and market response. The attempted assassination had created a unique convergence of circumstances, a sympathetic public narrative, a grateful potential president, and a market eager to price in the implications of this new political reality. August brought the first true test of this evolving relationship. On the 12th of August, Trump and Musk engaged in a highly publicized conversation on X that would set the template for their future interactions. Their discussion of a potential government efficiency commission in a future Trump administration sent clear signals to the market about the concrete benefits this alliance might yield. And the conversation transcended mere political theater. It represented the fusion of political influence and market capitalism in its most refined form. By month's end, the transformation of Musk's position was well underway, and the stage was now set for what would become known as the autumn that redefined both American politics and American capitalism itself. Institutional power rarely shifts through single events. It transforms through carefully orchestrated campaigns of influence and positioning. September 2024 marked the beginning of such a campaign, opening with a second assassination attempt on Trump at his West Palm Beach golf club that would provide Musk with another opportunity to reshape the narrative of power in American politics. Musk's response to this second attempt revealed the evolution of his strategy. His provocative X post questioning why no such attempts targeted Democrats like Biden or Harris sparked immediate controversy, yet the market understood its deeper significance. The controversy surrounding Musk's posts helped serve a secret purpose. It kept both him and Trump at the center of public discourse throughout September, driving sustained market attention to their strengthening alliance. Tesla's stock continued its upward trajectory as investors priced in the implications of this deepening relationship, while SpaceX's private market valuations reached new heights on speculation about future government contracts. By early October, the strategy crystallized into its most potent form. Musk's announcement that he would attend Trump's emotional return rally to Butler, Pennsylvania, the site of the first assassination attempt, represented more than mere political theater. It signaled to markets and political observers alike that this alliance had transformed from opportunity into architecture. The decision to return to Butler carried powerful symbolic weight, transforming a moment of violence into a narrative of resilience and political realignment. The October 5th rally itself proved a masterclass in political choreography. Standing beside Trump on that emotionally charged stage, Musk's comments about constitutional preservation resonated beyond their immediate political context. His presence transformed what might have been a standard campaign event into a powerful statement about the fusion of technological innovation and political power in modern America. Markets responded to this evolution with unprecedented enthusiasm. The transformation of Musk's public persona, from tech visionary to political kingmaker, created a feedback loop between political capital and market value that would reshape both spheres. By mid-October, the groundwork was laid for what would become the most dramatic phase of his journey to the richest person in history. Mid-October 2024 marked the moment Musk abandoned subtlety for spectacle. His America PAC emerged as a financial juggernaut backing Trump, but it was his unprecedented voter engagement strategy that left political veterans slack-jawed. Every morning brought a new $1 million prize announcement for swing state voters who signed constitutional petitions, a slot machine approach to democracy that merged Silicon Valley's dopamine-driven design with brass-knuckle politics. The mechanics proved ruthlessly effective. It appeared each day's $1 million announcement generated fresh media coverage, while the constitutional petition requirement provided legal cover for what essentially functioned as a massive voter mobilization operation. Traditional campaign strategists watched in stunned silence as Musk's daily prizes generated more engagement than decades of conventional get-out-the-vote efforts. And the widely reported Madison Square Garden rally on October 27th crystallized this new reality. Standing beside Trump and J.D. Vance under the arena's harsh lights, Musk painted a vision of American space dominance that sent SpaceX's private market valuation into orbit. And the markets understood what they were witnessing. This wasn't just another campaign stop, but a real-time demonstration of how political access could be converted into market capitalization. X became the amplification chamber for this evolving strategy. Musk deployed his platform with surgical precision, flooding feeds with AI-generated content that hammered Harris while elevating Trump. Each post served dual purposes, driving the political narrative while simultaneously establishing X as the essential arena for public discourse. Engagement metrics soared, and with them, the platform's market position. The final days of October saw Musk lean into his role as digital kingmaker. His content strategy on X reflected a deep understanding of modern attention economics, each inflammatory meme or carefully crafted controversy driving both user engagement and market valuation. The platform wasn't just hosting political discourse, it was reshaping it in real time, with every Trump-friendly algorithm adjustment reflected in the next day's trading. Election night found Musk at Mar-a-Lago, his presence beside Trump speaking volumes about the transformation of American power dynamics. The markets responded to this visual with characteristic enthusiasm, Tesla stock surging as investors priced in not just potential policy benefits, but the reality of direct access to presidential power. This wasn't mere political alliance, it was the emergence of a new model of institutional influence. By November's dawn, the financial markets recognized they were witnessing something unprecedented. The emergence of a new form of power that transcended traditional boundaries between political influence and market capitalism. The mechanics of power in American democracy have always operated through a delicate balance of political influence and market dynamics. Therefore, when Trump's victory became clear on the 5th of November 2024, the presence of Elon Musk at Mar-a-Lago represented more than mere political alliance. It symbolized the culmination of a strategy that would reshape both spheres forever. The market's response proved immediate and unprecedented. Tesla's stock surge in the days following Trump's win reflected not just anticipated policy benefits, but a deeper recognition of the new paradigm Musk had engineered. With that said, even seasoned Wall Street observers struggled to fully price the implications of direct access to presidential power combined with technological dominance. Now, the creation of the Department of Government Efficiency, or the DOGE, on November 12th, with Musk appointed as co-leader alongside Vivek Ramaswamy, transformed theoretical market optimism into concrete institutional advantage. This unprecedented fusion of corporate leadership and government oversight sent Tesla's valuations soaring to historic highs, yet this proved merely the opening act of November's wealth creation drama. However, the true sophistication of Musk's strategy emerged through his careful calibration of influence. His public commentary on Trump's cabinet selections, particularly his advocacy for Howard Lutnick and criticism of Scott Bessent, demonstrated both the reach and limits of his power. The massive blow-up with Boris Epstein at a Mar-a-Lago dinner revealed the tensions inherent in translating market power into political capital, yet even these apparent setbacks served to reinforce Musk's position as an independent force within Trump's orbit. The November 19th SpaceX Starship launch viewing with Trump provided perfect theater for this new reality. Standing alongside the president-elect, Musk embodied the fusion of technological innovation and political power. Markets responded accordingly, driving SpaceX's private valuation to unprecedented heights as government contracts and regulatory approvals transformed from possibilities into certainties. And so, by November 27th, the numbers told an extraordinary story. Musk's net worth had soared by $334 billion since the July assassination attempt, establishing him as the wealthiest individual in human history. This unprecedented creation of personal wealth emerged from a perfect storm of political alignment, market psychology, and strategic genius. Yet it represented something more profound, a fundamental restructuring of the relationship between political power and market capitalism in modern America. Through a series of carefully orchestrated moves spanning 5 transformative months, Musk had rewritten the rules of both political influence and wealth creation. His informal role-shaping tech policy, particularly around AI and cybersecurity, created a regulatory environment perfectly tailored to his business empire's needs. The market had fully priced in this new paradigm, recognizing that the fusion of political and market power had entered uncharted territory, and the triumph was complete. From the day he famously brought a sink through the doors of Twitter to the wealth creation record shattered in late November, Musk had engineered one of the most dramatic transformations of political and market power in American history.